Hi and welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, Tiff. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders, past and present. Claire contacted me with such a great question. I'm part of the TXO community, have been for a few years, and am now in my early 40s, but had surgically induced menopause 10 plus years ago, which makes me more susceptible to osteoporosis. I need to find exercises to focus on my bone health and combating early onset osteoporosis. What program or exercises would you, Tiff, and all your trainers recommend? So, Claire, gosh, injuries, medical procedures, setbacks, they can be so tough. And I've had my share of injuries as well. And just what gets me through is breaking things down to inch pebbles and taking it one session at a time, but breaking down the sessions to taking it one set at a time, one exercise at a time, and just building very, very slowly. So for you, being at high risk of osteoporosis, it's really hard for you. And what you need to focus on is bone health. Bone health is so important. And what myself and any trainer would recommend is your gorgeous strength resistance training, which I can't bang on enough about because it offers numerous benefits for osteoporosis. So if we're just talking about osteoporosis and bone health, your strength training is going to increase your bone density. It's the best way to do it. It stimulates bone growth and increases bone mineral density, which can help counteract anything of bone loss like osteoporosis. And it's going to also improve your muscle strength, which provides better support for your bones, really reducing those risks of fractures and falls and any more setbacks because you don't need that. Then you've got the enhancement of coordination and balance, which is really important because, again, that's going to prevent falls, fractures. It just, that's what you want to avoid with osteoporosis. And it promotes joint health. Oh, I strength train because I have stage 4 arthritis in my knees. And strengthening the muscles and the joints around the knees helps to reduce the stress on the joints and improves overall function, which is so important. The strength training also boosts mobility and flexibility, which people never talk about because they think that strength training is going to make you stiff and muscular, but it doesn't. It actually lubricates the joints and helps you to really move well. So it's really important. And it also supports posture. We don't often talk about posture, but it prevents the development of hunchback or, any kind of advanced osteoporosis. And most importantly, you're going to reduce pain. So if you are at risk of osteoporosis, if you're at risk of those kinds of things, you want to improve your muscle strength and your joint function, and that alleviates that pain. Then you've got an overall quality of life. You've got support for your weight management. You've got enhanced mental health. All of these things help you. So what programs would I suggest? Of the TXO programs, I would suggest our Mumbod upper body and our Mumbod lower body programs because the Mumbod, they're focused. They focus on your whole upper body and then your whole lower body. And the movements are everything from big compound movements that use a lot of muscles that are really going to support your joints and get big bang for your buck and really help develop that bone density and that muscle mass quickly. And then you've also got the sort of accessory movements which focus on targeting smaller muscles and isolate those muscles and really work to enhance every single muscle that might be neglected, like your triceps or, even your pelvic floor. Like we work everything. And these programs are just so fantastic. The reason I developed them myself is because I'm at a stage with my arthritis where I can't do the just impact all the time. And I also can't do certain movements like deep squats, for like front squats and things like that. So what I did is I created these programs which work the muscles, but without the pressure on the joints. Say you want to work your glutes, instead of doing a big loaded barbell squat, I've got you on the floor, a little bit of weight on your hips, doing a glute, lifting your bum up in the air and doing a glute raise, So it's just smarter ways of training, and these programs are super smart. They include a little bit of plyometrics to get your heart rate up, some jumping. They include a lot of mobility, so thoracic mobility, so it opens up your back and it really improves your posture, and also hip mobility. So if you're sitting a long time like I do at work, or, if you're always sitting, then your hips get a lot of love in these programs as well. And so, Claire, these are the programs that I would recommend for you. But when you're looking at your training, whether it's TXO training or any kind of training out there, always think about resistance. That could be body weight, dumbbells, barbells, but you want to be resisting, like definitely putting load, time under tension on your muscles to increase your bone density. That is the most important thing for you to do, Claire. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_xo and let me know what questions you'd love me to cover. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.